Wanted to start the video by mentioning Antoine Semenyo, because in the last 48 hours I've been updating you on this situation, I would say constantly, because we had several surprises, several situations with Manchester United trying until the very end to make this deal happen. As I was mentioning, even prepared to change the system, to have a different approach on the tactical point of view, to try and make it work for Antoine Semenyo, prepared to pay the release clause and try reach eventually an agreement with Bournemouth on the payment terms. So Man United were really aggressive on this one. Then Chelsea made an inquiry, but then left the conversation. There was no feeling in the talks they had with Antoine Semenyo, and so both parties decided to leave the table and not to proceed with this deal. And then Antoine Semenyo deciding to indicate Manchester City as his favorite destination for the future. Now, what's gonna happen next? I'm getting many questions today, guys, because of some reports about Liverpool. Reports mentioning that Liverpool might hijack this deal for Antoine Semenyo. What I can tell you, guys, is that Manchester City want to be as fast as possible to avoid any kind of surprise for the Antoine Semenyo deal. So what Manchester City will do next is to be in touch already this week with Bournemouth. The relationship between the two clubs, I'm told, is quite good. So Manchester City will be in direct conversation with Bournemouth to discuss how to proceed with the Semenyo deal. Man City will sit at the table and will say, okay, we have an agreement with Semenyo. We can pay the release clause, £65 million, by January 10th, remember, or try to agree between clubs with a different structure. So Manchester City and Bournemouth will talk this week, in these hours, I would say, to try reach an agreement on the structure of the deal and get the here we go done for Antoine Semenyo. From Liverpool, they've always been calling. Liverpool started calling in November, Liverpool called again in December. Liverpool have always been in contact with people close to the player. At the moment, sources close to Semenyo confirmed that the player has indicated Manchester City as his favorite destination. But you know, until the deals are signed, we always have to be careful. At this stage, Manchester City are in the process to complete the deal and will approach Bournemouth to get the deal done. Then, guys, what's going to happen with Liverpool? We will see if Liverpool will decide maybe a late attempt. At the moment, from Liverpool, calls constantly, but never an official proposal. And so, that's the situation as of today. Of course, Manchester City want to be fast. Manchester City don't want to face any problem, any issue. And so, Man City director Hugo Viana will be on point to approach Bournemouth and to try to get the deal done as soon as possible. So, this is the plan on the Semenyo story, on the Semenyo deal. Then, two more points regarding Liverpool and regarding Manchester City.
What's clear from Fabrizio's update is that Manchester City are in control of the timeline. The player has indicated City as his preferred destination, and City are moving fast to make sure there's no room for surprises. Direct talks with Bournemouth, good relationship between clubs, and a clear plan to either activate the $65 million clause or agree a structured deal before January 10th. That tells you City are serious. Liverpool's role here is interesting. They've been calling since November, they've stayed in touch, but there's still no official move. This feels less like hesitation and more like Liverpool waiting to see if City blink. If City hesitate even slightly, Liverpool are positioned to jump in late. But if City execute cleanly, which is what they're trying to do right now, this deal ends quickly. So at this moment, it's City leading, Liverpool lurking, and Semenyo waiting for the paperwork, not the phone calls.
For Liverpool, Liverpool are prepared to discuss with Aston Villa also in these days to find a solution for Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott went to Aston Villa on loan from Liverpool at the end of the summer transfer window after the Lucas Paquetá deal collapsed. Aston Villa wanted to sign Paquetá, the deal was almost done, then it collapsed with West Ham deciding different for their plans, and so the deal collapsed for Paquetá. Aston Villa decided to go for Harvey Elliott, very last minute, it was on deadline day, but he's not playing. He's not playing, and so Liverpool are obviously not happy, the player is not happy, and Villa want to find a solution. So Harvey Elliott is expected to return to Liverpool and then assess the situation, whether he's going to stay or find a new solution on loan. So discussions will take place for the situation of Harvey Elliott. But for sure, he's not expected to stay at Aston Villa, where he's not playing, where he's not an important player for Unai Emery. And Emery, from what I'm told, is also quite happy with the attitude of the player in training. It's just a technical and tactical decision. And so Harvey Elliott expected to be back at Liverpool and then assess the situation with the club to understand what's going to be next for him. So discussions expected very soon, Liverpool-Villa for Harvey Elliott. Then
the Harvey Elliott situation is actually very simple once you strip away the noise. This loan hasn't worked, not because of attitude, not because of effort, but because he's not part of Aston Villa's tactical plan. Liverpool aren't happy, Elliott isn't happy, and Villa know they need to find a solution. That's why discussions are already expected to take place to bring him back. The important detail here is that Elliott returning doesn't automatically mean failure. It means Liverpool will reassess properly, either keep him or send him somewhere he actually plays. What Liverpool won't allow is a young player sitting on the bench during a critical development phase. That's why this is being addressed early, not in panic, but with intent. This is a reset, not a setback. So to wrap it up, Manchester City are pushing to close the Semenyo deal fast, Liverpool are watching closely for any opening, and Harvey Elliott's Villa loan is heading toward an early conclusion. January isn't about headlines, it's about timing and execution. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Liverpool should make a late move for Semenyo? And what's the right next step for Harvey Elliott? Like the video, subscribe for daily Premier League transfer reactions, and I'll see you in the next one.